A fortune teller in Miami is facing some serious charges and prison time, federal prison time, after she and her partner swindled millions from one victim. Now, before we look at the charges, let's look at the details of this scam. Samantha Stevens, a self-professed spiritual consultant, told a Miami client that she knew how to track down relatives in the afterlife and would open the gates of heaven for the client's deceased father, whose soul was apparently trapped.
Obviously.
She further pledged to lift a curse that was the source of pain and misfortune suffered by the client's family, federal prosecutors say. Look at federal prosecutors doing some prosecuting here. Now, all of that did come with a pretty steep price for the client, to the tune of $3.2 million. Over a 3-year period, the client paid nearly $3.2 million to Stevens in reliance on her supernatural promises. Stevens allegedly warned the victim that if she did not pay up, the curse would persist. Failure to do so, the victim was led to believe, would result in harm to her and her family. So they used the money that they swindled for a pretty good life. Stevens and Guzman, I guess that's her partner, spent the victim's money on, of course, vehicles, property, and casino gambling, officials said.
Really? I thought they were gonna use it to break the curse.
Yeah.
Huh.
When the victim ran out of money, though, guess what they did?
Ghosted her.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Which is kind of appropriate for a psychic.
Yeah. Okay, so look, I just wanna have a better understanding about when federal prosecutors decide to go after psychics. So in this case, we're talking about a giant sum of money, $3.2 million. But what the psychic in this case was selling is similar to what other psychics sell, right?
100%, yeah.
I mean, the money, the numbers might be different, but it's the same game, it's the same scam.
Kind of, so that leads to this hilarious headline from ABC News. Fake psychic partner sentenced in $3 million fraud scheme, as opposed to the real psychic? Okay, so to Anna's point, I mean, again, no offense, but you're gonna get offended if you believe in psychics. Of course they're not real, right? I love you, but they're not real.
And by the way, this is coming from a Turkish guy who, I mean, your people like to read coffee cups.
They do, and so that's exactly what I was gonna go to. The coffee cup is real. Okay, the rest of it is garbage though, okay? You just gotta get the Turkish coffee. In fact, go to twostrongcoffee.com/TYT. All right, no, seriously, although you should. So look guys, I've done your drug, right? So I've been religious. For psychics earlier in my life, I was like, could be. It could be. I'm not saying it is. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying could be. And Turkish coffee cups, are you kidding me? Like as recently as earlier this year, I was like, well, that one was pretty good. I like that one. So maybe that one's true, right? So I know. But when they ask you for all of your money, that part's not true, okay? So are the professional psychics who do this for a living more likely or less likely to be real? Way less likely, even if you believe in psychics. Because they could read everyone that comes in. And of course, guys, you know this whole thing and you know it too. Like, if you're a psychic, why wouldn't you just go in the stock market? What are you selling the psychic stuff for 20 bucks a pop? Okay, figure out, is Tesla gonna go up or down with your psychic powers? And you don't need the other person's $3 million, okay? You don't need the other person's 20 bucks to do their reading, okay? So by definition, of course, they're not actual psychics.
Yeah.
And so it's not like the psychics are like, oh, I could do the stock market, but I don't want to. I want to be here in a rundown place in South Florida, earning it 20 bucks at a time.
I think the federal prosecutors need to go after the fortune cookies.
The fortune cookie industry, yeah. Well, I tell you, man, those guys came up with a great scam too.
I told you.
No, she did.
I did.
She did.
This is what happened, okay? Chinese business owners in America were like, these Americans, okay? All they want all day long is to be validated, complimented, okay? They're weak. So let's just give them what they want. So it's good for business.
It's good for business.
Right? Have you ever gotten a fortune cookie that told you you're a piece of crap?
And you're doomed.
Yeah, your life is gonna be over in a few months. Like no one's ever gotten a negative like every fortune cookie either says something that's benign. I've gotten benign fortune cookies, like the sun might shine tomorrow, like something like that.
No,
right? Like,
for sure.
Useless.
We've all been there. You know, they go around the table and everybody's like, "Oh my God, you're going to be, the ruler of the world. You're going to be rich," and you get to me and it says you exist.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks. But generally speaking, they're 89% positive. Why? You need 11% so that it seems real, right?
Yeah.
Nothing too bad, just like neutral, right? But 89% positive. So sucker America's come back. Oh man, I'm really in the mood for Chinese food. Can't wait to get a good fortune, so because I'm gonna play the lottery later.
So smart, so smart.
Always thinking. But by the way, though, in all seriousness, of course, Chinese people love fortune tellers too. They have their own version of fortune tellers.
Everyone does. Look. Listen, I do think there's a place in society for fortune tellers who aren't too greedy, right? Like, don't scam a poor woman out of $3.2 million. But you could scam us out of $20, right? Because it's entertainment, it's entertaining, right? And for people who believe in it and actually think the fortune is real, calm down. It's gonna be okay, but calm down. Understand that you engaged in something that entertained you for some period of time.
Yeah. And look, what does my dad buy with a lottery ticket? He doesn't.
Hope.
Yeah, exactly right. He's not buying a 1 in 200 million chance or whatever it is that he's going to win it. He's a rational person. But you can't help but get a little bit of hope when you buy that lottery ticket. So the fortune telling is similar in that way. So I don't want to rain on people's parades. But if they ask you for a lot of money, don't do it. It's definitely a scam. Okay. And by the way, I've seen people sometimes nail fortunes, right? Maybe they got lucky, maybe this, maybe that, right? But I've never seen that person charge. The person who nails it never charges money, okay? So if they're asking you that you have they gotta lift a curse, 0% chance it's true. In fact, I'll leave you on a really funny story. A friend of mine gets into a fight with someone who he thinks, based on their characteristics, probably believes in this stuff. And they get into a real heated fight. And then he goes, "Oh, I got an idea." And he says to her, "I just put a curse on you," right? And she's like, "What?" And he's like, "If you are more pure than I am, you'll get all of my money. But if I am telling the truth and I am more pure than you, I will get all of your money and your family's money forever. I put the curse on you, it's too late." You know what happened next? She went, "Ah!" and ran away.
No.
Swear to God.
Come on.
Swear to God, it was genius.
Man, if only that would work with everyone.
I know.
I'd use it all day.
Of course, are you kidding me? Marjorie Taylor Greene, I put a curse on you, okay? And those folks are the ones most likely to believe it.
Yeah, no, she might believe it.
Yeah, no, it's too late. It's too late, I already put the curse on. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.